support students.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And welcome back to Eyewitness News at 6 here on your Wednesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, continuing to track some of that haze that has been with us over the last couple of days, as well as some warm temperatures and some humidity that'll be with us through at least tomorrow. So let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, and we have some of that haze out there right now. We also have a temperature of 88 degrees, although the dew point at this time is rather low compared to where it'll be tomorrow. Right now it's right around 60. Tomorrow it could get into the middle and upper 60s. So even though today or tomorrow will actually be cooler in terms of the temperature, we'll have more humidity. So the heat index will actually be higher. Right now that heat index is at 88. And we also have a southwesterly wind, a warm wind direction at 6 miles an hour. Temperatures for all of us are into the 80s right now. Some of us got up to around 90 degrees, which is also a record for today. The record high was 87, set back on this date 1 year ago, 2024, and the official high was 89. We've come down a little bit since then. The radar is dry, but that's also going to be changing over the next 12 to 24 hours. And we're taking a look down to the south. This is also a little bit of a different view. This is the water vapor satellite, and basically what you need to know is that the brighter colors, the more moisture there is in the atmosphere. And this is the area of low pressure that we were talking about that had the potential to develop into a tropical system. It looks like that's no longer the case. It's just going to remain an area of low pressure, but it does have a lot of moisture with it associated through portions of Florida, Georgia, Alabama. And while we're not going to be directly impacted by this, it's going to cause this cold front off toward the west, which will move our way during the day tomorrow to stall through at least Friday into Saturday as well. So continued rain chances. Not so much tonight. We'll be dealing with the haze, warm conditions, only getting down into the 60s and then getting back up into the middle, maybe even upper 80s during the day tomorrow. And then between 4 and 8 p.m., that's when we have the best likelihood of seeing some thunderstorms that may become strong to severe. Not the best timing because the fact that that's when the Harbor Point reopening is going to be during the day tomorrow. We also have a moderate heat risk again in the Mohawk Valley and towards the southern tier. Not as expansive as it was today because of the fact that temperatures tomorrow will be slightly cooler. The main threats tomorrow will be some damaging wind, some large hail, heavy rain, as well as some lightning. We're only on the marginal risk for tomorrow, which is a level 1 out of 5. And there's that front moving our way and eventually stalling as we head through tomorrow night into Friday. And as far as rainfall totals, we could expect around an inch between now and Friday at midnight, with temperatures getting into the 70s, closer to seasonable levels. Once we get into the weekend, finally washing out the humidity, and then we may start next week with temperatures in the 70s, still seasonable, but there could be a shower or thunderstorm or two, especially Monday and Tuesday.
You know, with temperatures like this, I think some people are actually wanting the rain to come back.
Yeah, unfortunately, we might get a little bit of it just in time for the weekend as well.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on Eyewitness.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And thanks so much for staying with us, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking one more hazy, warm, and humid day ahead of us before we experience some changes as we head into the late week and into the weekend. But as far as today was concerned, we do have a new record high for the day. Today's high temperature was 89 degrees. The previous record, you'll notice it has the asterisk next to it, was 87, and that was set back 1 year ago in 2024. So we crushed that by 2 degrees, and that's well above the average high for this time of year, 75. The low temperature was right where it should be at this time of year, 53, and no rain to speak of as well. Even as of the 10 o'clock hour, it's still very warm outside. Temperature right now 75 degrees in downtown Utica under mainly clear skies, and that dew point is still elevated. It's at 61, and it's going to be even a little bit warmer than that as we head through tomorrow. And so the heat index is 75, winds out of the east at 6 miles an hour. If you take the thruway west over towards Syracuse, it's still 80 degrees, even as of the 10 o'clock hour. 75, as I mentioned, in downtown Utica, 78 in Camden. Old Forge just went down to 70 as well, and Cooperstown still at 77. The radar is dry, and it's going to remain that way for the next 12 to 18 hours, and that's when we'll start to experience some of those changes, because as we take a look off toward the west, we do have a cold front making its way through portions of Michigan, down into Indiana and Kentucky as well. And this won't significantly drop our temperatures. It'll drop it back back to more seasonable levels, but it will knock down the humidity. However, it will stall as it does so, and several areas of low pressure will ride along it, and that's when we'll see rain chances as we go through Friday, and at least the first part of Saturday will also experience moderate air quality levels during the day tomorrow, thanks to more of that atmospheric haze, mainly in the mid and high levels of the atmosphere. Tomorrow will be in the moderate category, so a small number of unusually sensitive people may have a few health concerns and will be below, generally between 51 and 100. Anything below 100 is considered acceptable. We are also watching for a marginal risk for severe weather between 4 and about 8 p.m. The main risks being some heavy rain, maybe a few wind gusts, and some small hail, thunder and lightning as well. Remaining mainly clear as we head through the overnight hours, but temperatures struggling to get down into the 60s. So it's going to be another warm night if you don't have any AC or the fan. And there goes some of those storms from the thruway onto the south. I think it's the best chance of seeing that. And unfortunately, the timing of that coincides with the Harbor Point reopening that Thomas mentioned earlier in the show. Mainly clear overnight tonight, winds out of the south-southwest at around 4 miles an hour. And then for tomorrow, 84 will be on the record watch once again. That record 88 set back in 2024 will be within a couple of degrees of that. And then Friday and Saturday, we'll have some passing showers or thunderstorm temperatures right around 75 both days. And then we'll see temperatures slip back to more seasonable levels, but we will see some sunshine returning as we head into next week.
And at least we've got a little bit of rain to bring down those record high temperatures.
Yeah, we'll be near records tomorrow. I don't know if we'll get, if we'll quite break it like we did today, but we'll still be close.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Coming up next.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And thanks so much for staying with us, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking one more hazy, warm, and humid day ahead of us before we start to experience some changes that'll carry us into the weekend. But as far as today was concerned, our high temperature officially 89 degrees. That's a full 14 degrees above average. And that also crushes the old record from just 1 year ago on June 4th of 87 degrees. So we have a new record. The low temperature right where it should be for this time of year, no precipitation was observed either. And even still as of the 11 o'clock hour, we still have temperature right at 70 degrees. And the dew point has actually come up a little bit in the last hour. Now it's up to 63, and it's going to be right around that during the day tomorrow as well, but obviously not making for a heat index at this time. And the winds are out of the northeast at 5 miles an hour. We do just have a few clouds out there. Other than that, no precipitation. Temperatures along the thruway are in the 70s, but up toward the north and down toward the south, we have a couple of areas down into the 60s, and Cooperstown right now at 74. It's dry on the radar right now, and it's going to stay that way through the next 12 hours or so, but then that's when we start to experience some of those changes thanks to this front, which is draped currently from southern Ontario down through portions of Michigan, getting into Indiana, and soon to get into Kentucky as well. And this front will move through, but it won't drop the temperatures significantly. It's not like we're going from the upper 80s to around 90 back to 55. It'll knock it back to more seasonable levels, around 75 once we get to Friday and in the weekend. And we'll be experiencing moderate levels of air quality tomorrow, thanks to the fact that we'll have a little bit of that smokiness here at the surface and a lot more of it in the mid and high levels of the atmosphere. Again, tomorrow will be in the moderate category, so the AQI will be anywhere from about 51 to 100, and to put that into perspective, anything below 100 is considered to be acceptable. Anything above that is unhealthy, so thankfully we won't be experiencing anything like that tomorrow. We are also under a marginal risk for severe weather for most, if not our entire viewing area, the main risk being damaging winds as well as some hail. Heavy rain and lightning can't be ruled out either. A few clouds overnight tonight, and then as we go through the day tomorrow, temperatures will get into the middle and upper 80s once again, with a chance of a few showers and thunderstorms, most of those being between 4 and 8 p.m. So that could impact the Utica Harbor Point reopening. And tomorrow, tonight will be around 66 degrees. Tomorrow will be around 84. The record high for that date is 88, and that's when we'll also experience the chance of showers and thunderstorms coming in during the afternoon. Temperatures both Friday and Saturday with passing storm and shower chances around 75, and we'll be there around next week as well, with several chances for rain both Monday and into Tuesday.
And at least all of that rain is going to help bring down temperatures a little bit, but the humidity not so much.
The humidity, yeah, we'll have to wait until Saturday and Sunday for the humidity to really clear out of here, and then we'll get some sunshine in there as well.
All right, thank you, Jordan. You're watching Eyewitness News at 11.